Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the very final of Rigas Rudens 2024. Orebro taking on the locals from Ventspils. I'm Dmitry Doroshenko. Glad to call you this game as we see the first point is being scored by Orebro. Clean hold for them after a very patient handler work. Adam Blomgren is going to score and going to take the first offensive stat for himself. Great work for him. Great defensive pressure by the Latvians of Ventspils. You have been enjoying our coverage. But all good things must come to an end, but not before we finish this game, which is going to be another thriller, I'm pretty sure. I think neither of these teams have been defeated on the course of this tournament. Ooh, high grab by Gitzakis, the captain of this squad. Niedra now with the disc and blade into the end zone for Zakis, and looks like it's going to be called out. Fortunately, we could not see anything as we were a little bit finite, but it's going to be called in once again by the sideline, of course. Jägers, the hero of the quarterfinals and the semifinals, ready to pull. First couple of passes and now a high pass to Bergholm. Swing to the other side. Now Blomgren once again getting a touch. Another swing. And Bergholm. Oh no. Tries to squeeze it in to Blomgren, but Elvis Želtiņš says no. And a few passes later, Andrejs Jägers to Kristaps Bergmanis for the first break of this game. So 2-1 is the score at the moment. Elvis Želtiņš getting the first defensive point of this game, so first break belongs to Ventspils. Andrejs Jägers getting ready to pull. And that pull is up. Let's see once again the offensive line of Orebro. Needing to go back. No, actually forward. My bad. Svart into the end zone for Bergholm. And just like that, Orebro equalizing 2-2, but they're still trailing by a break. As Ventspils managed to get one in the previous point. So this time, Ventspils O-line is going to get on the field. Podgurskis going to pick up the disc. Zakis decided to go into the end zone, but that shot was not taken as there was quite a lot of coverage, and Skudra gonna push the disc to Zakis, but there is going to be a bit of a discussion over there. Not sure regarding what, maybe a bit of a contact. But looks like we're going to check the disc back in. And Zakis is going to call another foul on the defense. It's going to be a foul accept by Filip Nandberg. And a hammer to Niedra. Goes back to Skudra. To Eriks Podgurskis. Podgurskis for Zakis, but that wasn't really retrievable. That was a very, very difficult disc for him. And looks like it's going to be quite a theme between Zakis and Nandberg, as Nandberg was also asking some questions of Zakis. Orebro gonna be looking for their first break. Quick movement of the disc. And Podgurskis there read this play like a book and knew exactly where the disc is going to be. Knocked it away. Marcis Skudra is going to pick that up to get another crack of the offense, but it's going to be a throwaway once again by Skudra. Skudra and Niedra are exchanging some not very nice words. Of course, Niedra was expecting that disc to maybe even not go, while Skudra was asking him to go the other way. Sachlin with the disc, rotated through their teammate More. Swing to Andersson. Sachlin once again with the disc, gets it to Robertson. And that is taken away once again, this time by Rigas Rudens. Incredible defensive pressure by Ventspils and incredible grit to get the disc back, despite the mistakes of some of the teammates. Podgurskis, Blade to Zakis, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a call. Basically no discussion ensued. It's just going to be a strip and accepted for a point. So a dirty hold for Ventspils, but still a hold. 3-2 is the score. Not an easy point for Ventspils, but they have managed to grind that disc back with 3 defensive opportunities. One for Racins, one for Podgurskis, and I think there was maybe another save earlier. But this time an offensive line of Orebro is going to go out. Bergholm is the disc now on the near sideline. Loads of pressure from Želtiņš. Angermeyer gets the disc and gets it back to Svart. Svart with a cross-field hammer. Gets it to Blomgren. A reset. Once again reset. Blomgren. Bergholm, with the disc. Svart and Bergholm once again. Larsson. Surveying option goes back to Bergholm. Orebro are being pushed slightly backwards. And Arenmeister gets it to Svart. Svart to Blomgren. And once again to Bergholm. Oof. Loads of contact on that and a lot of contact. Looks like a foul is going to be called by Bergholm. And it's going to be accepted. And foul is going to be accepted. And looks like there is a bit of a discussion of their own teammate of the necessity of calling that foul as it stopped play. I'm going to have Bergholm checking the disc in. Larsson with the disc, and after a crossfield hammer from Svart to Bergholm, gonna get another point for Örebro. This time a clean hold, but lots of passes needed, so the defensive pressure of Ventspils is definitely felt on the Örebro side. But great patience for Örebro. Offensive line of Ventspils is going to go in, and Podgurskis to Niedra, going to get us started. Oh, and Niedra is hitting the curtains. That hammer was a little bit too high for the holes of Ogra, for the arena of Ogra. It's going to be brought back by Örebro. Mora with the disc. Oof. Gets it to Andersson. And Andersson surveying options and finds Nunberg in the end zone for an equalizing break. So one break on each team. But this time Örebro is going to have an upper hand as they are getting one of the breaks back. Looks like some adjustments are going to be made on the offense, on the offensive line of Ventspils. Can I ask you guys to stay a little bit away because the camera comes to the line? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Podgurskis once again with the disc, gonna get us started. Skudra, loads of pressure from Mora, and Skudra, a blade into the end zone for Girts Zakis. Once again, the chemistry is speaking for itself. Beautiful shot. Amazing throw. Great point. Very quick point by Ventspils, and that's exactly how Latvian seems to be liking to play. Just a couple of passes without the need of swinging too much. Slightly different style of Örebro, as they are ready to take as many passes as necessary without really pushing anything into the end zone. So let's see which play style is going to work out a little bit better. I'm not saying that Örebro are not going to take any long shots if they see ones. Of course they will, but they are, I feel like, a little bit more patient with the disc. And this disc is going to be brought at the very corner of the end zone, marked by Malderis. Bergholm now with the disc. Swing, another swing to Bergholm. Bergholm now finds Blomgren. Back to Larsson and to Svart. Once again, Larsson getting initiated, but doesn't really see anything. Blomgren to Bergholm. Bergholm initiates Svart. Svart to Bergholm. And Arenmeier to Bergholm. So, yeah, as I've mentioned, a lot more swings are being taken, only 100% throws. So that Swedish efficiency so far is working pretty well for them. Bergholm. And a blade, but Malderis got a hand on that, absolutely, and knocks it away. So Svart was looking in disbelief of how did he not get this disc, but yeah, that was taken away by Malderis, and a few passes later, Budinc was the score for Ventspils. Looks like Bergmanis and Budinc exchanged some pleasantries, and Budinc finally found himself in the end zone with the disc in his hands, resulting in a goal. And that's another break for Ventspils, another advantage Ventspils. Great defensive pressure by Malderis, and great finish as well by Bergmanis and Budinc. That disc looks to be brought once again onto the brick mark, marked by the younger player, Krebs. Blomgren to Bergholm, and Blomgren looking for some space in the end zone, marked by Jägers. It's not going to be a very easy mark to go around. Blomgren goes to, needing to go back to Larsson, and Larsson to Bergholm for another score. This time, maybe a longer shot. Not as typical for Orebro as they opposed to the way that they normally play, but despite that, it still was nice and a beautiful point. Very effective one. Look at Ventspils getting pumped. Look at Eriks Pogurskis dancing to the music. Now he's dancing with the disc and starting the offense going. Skudra to Niedra. And that pass was definitely not on, so Marci Skudra definitely face in his hands. Not happy about this decision. Orebro, once again an opportunity to take back that break that they have conceded earlier in the game. Andersson with the disc. Looking for some opportunities. Skudra was hunting for this disc, but a little bit too far. More with the disc, a swing to Robertson. Robertson finally gets it to Andersson. Once again to Robertson. And Andersson. Working around the back at the moment. But still, no real options in the red zone now. More with the disc. To Robertson. Robertson, a swing to the side. And Andersson gets it into the end zone for number 22, I think, Filip Nunberg. If I'm correct. Looks like a timeout is going to be called by Ventspils. As they are, as there is a celebration definitely on the on Orebro side, as they have managed to get the break back. We're gonna take a quick break as well, but we will be back with you in just a few seconds. Don't go anywhere. After a timeout, Podgorski is fielding the disc, finding Skudra. Oh, and a drop for Niedra. Very difficult grab near the far sideline. And that will be a golden opportunity for Orebro. Then Orebro into the end zone for another score. Looks like that was... Yeah. Felix Andersson with the score, and another break for Örebro. They are now a break ahead, as they were only equalizing, but after a timeout, looks like it didn't really serve Ventspils very well, unfortunately, and after a turnover and a drop from Niedra, Örebro capitalizing with only one pass. And we are in a halftime break with only 13 minutes left to play. Games to 13, of course, soft cap, and 35-minute time limit. Renars Niedra will be back on the field despite his mistake, and we're gonna try to do that all again. Racins this time fielding the pull. Zakis to Skudra. Skudra finding Podgurskis, and Skudra, loads of speed on him. Niedra this time gets it to Podgurskis. Podgurskis once again to Skudra, and Skudra with a blade for Zakis. Once again the chemistry is working, and a bit of a celebration from Girt Zakis. As of course there was quite a lot of pressure over there, and as we see, number 23 Gustav Robertson coming from the back and putting pressure on Girt Zakis. Oh, once again 23 on 23. Another number rivalry that we have on the field. Ventspils are getting fired up, looking for a defense. Malderis with a mark. Bergholm now. A swing for Svart, and another swing for Larsson, and Larsson sends the disc into the end zone, and looks like Bergholm was not expecting to get this disc out of there. So another offensive hold for Örebro. Great hold for Örebro as they are edging a little bit ahead in this game. So 8-6. Couple of breaks needed for Ventspils to get back into the lead. Skudra now with the disc. And Niedra with a hammer, and Niedra once again hitting the ceiling of the sports arena. Not high enough for his throws, looks like. Nunberg is going to call a foul, and it's going to be uncontested by Podgurskis. Nunberg with the disc. Oof. Errant shot for Anderson, but well kept on. Robertson now with the disc. Gets it to More. Looks like the disc is going to go back, as there was... I think there was a bit of a push-off maybe, or looks like a pick. As some of the players are getting adjusted. More gonna get the disc once again. Goes back to Anderson. Oof. Great athletic take by Sahlin, and a swing to More. More showing a hammer and then gives it. And yeah, that's going to be called in despite it being very close to the line. Gustav Robertson doing a great job and elevating to get the disc out of the sky. Probably out of the air, not really the sky, as we are, of course, under the roofs of the Ogre Sports Arena. A beautiful venue that we have here. And we definitely feel privileged playing under the lights of the arena. Another pull. And Podgorskis decides not to waste time, but that is taken away by Robertson, and Robertson is responding with the celebration of Zakis, as it could maybe be. Maybe he had seen that as a little bit disrespectful. I maybe even agree with him. Despite that, Mora now with a long shot onto Robertson, and Robertson is getting another point and another break. A bit of a spiky celebration, not a very nice one, as it did hit another player of the opposing team. So maybe they should watch that. And but of course, looks like both of the teams are being riled up. And looks like after another break, Orebro are going to take a timeout once again. And now the time is a little bit against Ventspils. Score, most probably it's going to be a game to 13, especially if we're going to continue trading. But looks like Orebro now have an upper hand in this game, and wouldn't that be exciting, of course, for Orebro to add the gold medals to the women's gold medal that they won in the previous point. If you haven't seen that game, I absolutely recommend you to watch that. And looks like the energy is getting up for Ventspils for their cheer. Yes, we are of course reminded by our pivot camera that we are in Arena Ogre. Beautiful venue. And we have been playing Ultimates in 3 different venues today, so the city of Ogre has been very, very welcoming to us. Despite the name Rigas Rudens, it is actually being played in Ogre, which is not very far, approximately 40 kilometers from Riga. Just a 40-minute ride. Podgorskis gonna grab the disc and get the offense starting. Niedra doesn't want to send the hammer this time, as worried to hit the ceiling once again. Budinc to Niedra. Niedra, hammer into the end zone for Budinc, and this time it is a successful one. Great point for them. And Ventspils once again pulling just a little bit ahead. Well, getting a little bit closer, I must say, to Orebro, as they are trailing now by 3 breaks in this game. Jägers ready to pull. Let's see if we're going to see some magic from Andres Jägers. Or if Orebro will manage to pull ahead once again. Svart to Blomgren and Bergholm. Svart once again asking for the disc and a plate to Arensmeyer. Bergholm to Blomgren once again and gets it to Svart. And Želtinj getting a hand on that disc, getting another defense. Another great defensive pressure for the Ventspils player. And Ventspils have an opportunity to get at least 1 break back. Budinc with the disc. To Malderis. Malderis under loads of pressure from Blomgren. Shows his disapproval of the contact there. Budins once again with the disc to Želtiņš. Budins to Jēgers, and Jēgers into the end zone for Želtiņš, and it's a double happiness for Elvis Želtiņš, and a nice celebration for him. So a defense and a score. Great shot by Andrejs Jēgers, well recognized cut by Želtiņš, and nice throw to finish it off. Jēgers once again ready to pull. As we are getting ready for the final few points of this game. Jēgers with the pull. Svart to pick up. Looks like some Ventspils players were actually trying to figure out what are they going to do defensively, and left Blomgren completely alone, but then after a very high shot, he was not managed to keep his feet in, and this was called out of bounds. Malderis to pick up. Fakes a backhand, goes with the forehand instead. Kulishovs to Malderis. Želtiņš with the disc, gets it to Kulishovs. Vitalijs Kulishovs, one of the younger players on the Ventspils squad, and he's going to record an assist to himself. Managing to find Bergmanis in the end zone. Yep. Kristaps Bergmanis with the point. And Vitalijs Kulishovs with the assist. After what seems to be another break. Yeah, Ventspils is not giving up, that is for sure. They would never give up. I did not even assume that that is an option. And 9-10, a much closer game once again. Much closer than it was a few seconds ago when it was 10-7. So defense, once again, needs to work really hard for Ventspils if they want to pull ahead. But Orebro looks like they need to collect themselves once again and play their game, it looks like, as they are trying to push some of the things that are not maybe very natural for them. And Jēgers are getting in front, and Blomgren is definitely not happy about that decision, and Malderis is calling a timeout right away, as we are almost out of time. It is possible that it's going to be a game to 10 or to 11, to game to 11 or to 12, depends on who's going to score the next point, and definitely great idea for Ventspils to call a timeout this time, but we are gonna run out of time. And we'll take a bit of a break, and we'll join you for the closing stages of the game. Ventspils are going to get into their offensive set. Malderis to pick up the disc marked by most likely Bergholm. Everyone seems to be set and ready. Interesting mic bar. Blomgren. Looks like Želtinš making some jokes about that in the very end of the end zone. Budinš now with the disc. Swing to Malderis, to Podgurskis. And a hammer to Budinš, and an equalizing score of 10-10. Universe point, ladies and gentlemen. Universe point. Ventspils coming back from a huge deficit of points. And exciting Universe point, game to 11. What else would you want from a final of a great two-day tournament? Rigas Rudens, one of the first tournaments indoor of the season. Absolutely exciting, and I'm sure that all of the home fans are looking to get another break and bring home the medals. But of course, Orebro already have some medals, but in the women's division, let's see if they will manage to get some medals in the women's division as well. Bergholm with the disc. Swing to Larsson. Travel is going to be called. Blomgren gonna grab the disc, but looks like there's gonna be a bit of a discussion. There was a travel, but it doesn't really. There is no stoppage. Blomgren is going to check the disc in, marked by Kristaps Bergmanis. Podgurskis trying to put some energy into his player and try to get the defensive juices flowing. Swing, Svart all alone with the disc, asking where are his players, why is nobody cutting. Blomgren to Robertson. Ooh, lots of contact from Malderis. And 70. Whoa! And loads of contacts over there, but we're gonna see the replay, of course. And some people are gonna discuss that. There's going to be a discussion ensuing. And looks like a line is going to be called. Loads of pressure as well, of course, and a lot of contact from Kristaps Bergmanis on Adam Blomgren, but Adam Blomgren will keep the disc. However, he will be deemed to have landed on the line, so not in the end zone. So not the winning score just yet. Swart with the disc to Larsson. Larsson back to Swart. Just past the hand of Andres Jägers. Larsson once again. Blomgren. Oh, that looked to be a little bit of a set play as Larsson gave the disc to Blomgren, and with a bit of a nod of his head, he went right into the end zone for a winning score. A Universe point win for Orebro. 2 wins for the Swedish teams here in the halls of Ogre. We're gonna have second places in open division for Latvia's Ventspils, and in women's division for Estonian Ultimate Saku. Third place will go in men's division to Viksafjords, and in women's division to Ogre. So congratulations to all the medalists. Commiserations to, of course, to Ventspils for losing on the home soil. It's been an exciting tournament. Thanks everyone for listening. I've been Dmitry Doroshenko calling on most of these games. Also joined by Yanis Bernans and Girt Zakis. Yesterday helped, of course, by beautiful Christiana and Veronica. Thank you for all the stuff. Thank you for Linda Gulbe for organizing, and Jakobs Eglitis. Thanks to Emil Elksditis pressing some buttons on the computer for our cameraman and for our producer Toms and Edgars, of course, on the camera and on the production, to all the scorekeepers and to the halls of Ogre Arena. We will see you on another tournament somewhere else. It's been a pleasure, and thank you for tuning in. Have a nice rest of the weekend and have a good week. Take care everyone, and goodbye.